Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Elemental Storm. It is a Monday on 3/21. I figured this would be a good time for my March vlog and to talk about some things because I want to get real with you guys in terms of some stuff that's been going on for the past couple months with the Twitch stream and with things of that nature. And I want to just kind of come out and just basically say what's on my mind, vent a little bit about it. No, well, not really vent, but talk about it a little bit and explain what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I'm reformatting the channel. Now, I know I've talked about this before. I've had other videos where I've done this and et cetera, things like that. But I found that, and this is interesting. Now, if you're a streamer or anything of that nature, this is something interesting actually for you to think about and listen to. There's three main words that a lot of people had told me. My wife told me this. My friends told me this. A lot of things. And I really didn't listen a lot. And it finally kicked in my brain that I had to listen and whatnot, and it worked out for the best. But the three main words that everyone kept telling me, it's your stream. And it is so true when it comes down to those three main words, because what ended up happening was a months back, I ended up doing a lot of things that I was trying to please a lot of people. And of course, as anybody will ever tell you, you can't please everybody, for one. But for two, because what ended up happening was I broke out, it was, a while back, I broke out of that smaller streamer. And it was around the time of when I was streaming on the PS4 a lot and stuff. I got a lot of follows, a lot of views, things like that and stuff. And I was still pushing for partnership like crazy. But what I was doing was falling into a trap. And as Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap! It's exactly what ended up happening. I fell into a trap. And that trap was basically what ended up happening was I ended up trying to please everybody and not really thinking of what I wanted to do in terms of like where I started. When I started streaming, it came down to the factor that I was doing the things I wanted to do. That's why Dragon Age was one of my best streaming times, because I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I played it like probably 2-3 times. I think I had two full playthroughs. And I did the platinum run, so I went did everything for it, and that's something I wanted to do. When I first started streaming, like I didn't really know how crazy it was going to get, how popular it was going to get, things like that. So I didn't realize that I was trying to please everybody till later on. So what ended up happening was basically, after things started really getting bigger, and the new games were kind of falling around. Like first off, it was more of doing the variety stream and jumping around, and everyone would hype up about like this game coming out, like Mortal Kombat, or this game coming out, like or whatever the case may be. And they'd be like, "Oh yes, you got to play this," or "Oh, you got to play this, you got to play it." I'll be like, "All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's buy the game. Let's play it." Blah blah blah. And then in the end, I would not be enjoying myself because the game would just be something I didn't really, I got hyped up too. I got on the hype train. I was all for it. And then when I first played it, I played a little bit, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to see myself playing this for a long time. And I would just get like, and forget about it. And then like the games that I really wanted to play, everyone would be like, oh, what game is this? Or blah blah blah. And it wouldn't even be my normal, my regular viewers. My regular viewers were always for whatever I wanted to do, to a point. I mean, there's still that as a streamer, you do have people that want to be there for you, but at the same time, if they're bored of a game, they're going to leave because they want to be there for you, but they can't just sit there and watch that because it's just not appealing to them. So I would pick games that personally I wanted to do, but then the problem was that I would watch my view counts drop and everything like that, and I would start getting into, well, what would bring people in and blah, blah, blah. Oh, let's do votes. Let's see what people want us to play. Let's do this. So one of my viewers actually came to me and said, send me a private message and said, hey, you got to stop. First off, you got to stop changing everything around, for one. And then second off, you got to stop appeasing everybody. You can't appease everybody. So I started taking that into consideration. That's when I started really breaking into the RPG sense of things. And that's when around January I dropped the vlog about talking about, okay, after January 1st, I dropped that vlog talking about, okay, we're going to be an RPG stream only and things like that. But as that went through and stuff like that, I started also jumping on some RPG games that I liked. They weren't bad, but they weren't the best for the stream in terms of they were just very slow grinding, and I hit a couple walls in certain games that just totally broke progress like crazy. One game actually even just took the wind right out of me when I got to the ending. I was literally at the ending, and because I didn't grind up enough and have basically that the main piece I needed or the main thing, I ended up getting to the point where I was beating the game, but then I got to this one part right before the game would end with this last final boss fight, and I couldn't do it, and it shattered me. I was just like, what am I supposed to do? And to get where I needed to get back to there, it would have took like almost a couple weeks and whatever of just grinding and do it. And I'm just like, I was just like, so it killed me. So I would do a couple games like that, and it would just show on stream that I just was not enjoying myself. I was falling out of that passion that I had when I first started this. I mean, you guys have seen videos where I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait to do this for you, and I can't wait to do this, blah, blah, blah. But I was falling out of that. The fire was really this is all working great to a perfect segue. But the fire was basically going out. So I sat back, and for the past couple months, I've really been sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, what do I really want to do? What do I really enjoy? What do I love, etc., and stuff like that. I was like I really got to do that. And consistency, of course, was a big thing I needed for the stream because I was jumping around a lot. And I would have people come in and be like, oh, yes, what do you do? Oh, you're playing this game. What about, then come back the next week, and they'd be like, oh, I thought you were playing that game. No, I'm jumping over doing this and stuff. And, you would lose people because, you're already, it's not competition, but you're already dealing with the big streamers that are already playing all the games, and stuff. And then when you get to them, you get people that want to watch the games that they played again and stuff, which is great. But then you move on. And especially if you're going from night from day, if you're going like saying playing Fallout 4, which is like an open world action RPG, and then you move on to something like a Japanese RPG, that's a total different scenario. They're still RPGs, yeah, but they're still different scenarios where one has its own fan base, the other might have its other own fan base. Or you go from like a retro game to like a new game, it's like that kind of style. So that's basically what ended up happening, and I just wasn't happy, and the fire was going out, and I just wasn't feeling it anymore. And I almost was getting to the point where I was just going to stop streaming. I was getting burnt out and everything. And then finally, that's when those 3 words came to me. My wife told me, my friends told me, things like that. They're like, it's your stream. You need to do what you want to do and go back to the way you want to do it, because if not, you're not going to enjoy this. And if this ever gets as popular as you're hoping, and you get partnership and everything, and you even move beyond that and get to that point where you could do this like full time, you're never going to be happy. And I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right. So I thought about it. I sat there and I go, all right, how am I going to make myself happy in terms of also still doing what I love and everything. So, of course, I still want to keep the RPG. I still wanted to keep the PG-13 style family community because I absolutely love that. Like I always said, I designed that for the factor that it's the community that I want to be part of, and that I want people to enjoy to be part of. And then we can game together and talk and things, and not talk about politics and a bunch of drama and BS and all that crap. It's just, it's just not needed. It's just totally not needed to enjoy ourselves, because like as gamers, and especially as RPG gamers and passionate gamers of any kind of thing, you just don't want to deal with all the negativity and the toxicity. And unfortunately, you do find that a lot in other streams and stuff. And teach their own. The way they want to run their stream is perfectly fine. But for me, I couldn't sit in there and watch that, or sit there and do that. So I said, all right, I need to get to me. I need to get to the core of me. And on the same time as being a streamer right now, it's very hard to be a variety streamer. Even if you're just RPG, it's difficult to be a variety streamer in that case, because you, like I said, you have different fan base. A JRPG compared to, say, an open world action RPG, it's a different fan base. And it's hard to do individual days. I tried that, and that burnt me out. So I had to come up with something that I really enjoyed. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, what series really makes me passionate? If I was to sit there and like have like, say, 3 RPGs in front of me, say like, Skyrim, Dark Souls, Fallout, whatever, or a turn-based, a action RPG, an open world RPG, anything of that. Like, what is the one series that has always brought passion, has something that maybe I have a history with, or something like that? And I thought about it, and I've always loved Skyrim and stuff like that, but I'm like, I was like, I love Skyrim, but to the point, would I want to play it all the time? That's the thing. Like, could I do all different things and stuff like that? And so I figured out how I can do the other games I love, and we're gonna talk about that. But the main thing, and this is actually starting as of tomorrow. I'm gonna drop this video tonight, and then tomorrow night this is what starts. But the main thing that I want to center the stream on is Soul-style games. Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Salt and Sanctuary, Dark Souls 3, Lords of the Fallen, anything that's a Soul-style base, because I love that. There's nothing And especially with streaming, there is nothing better. The two main things. When you die, people love to call it out on you, which is, especially if you have good patience and you don't get like extremely like raged and everything like that. It's a lot of fun because you can just laugh it off at everybody and stuff. And I love laughing it off. If I make a mistake and I die, fall off a pit, or if I end up getting killed by a boss. But there is nothing better in the world, and this is where I absolutely love Souls with a passion. There's nothing better than having that opposition of fighting that same boss, say up to maybe 15, 20 times, because it is just difficult. And then you find that key element, that either a weakness or you get the weapon you were looking for or whatever the case may be, and you beat that boss. After 20 times, either you do it that same night or you come back the next day, you figure out a new strategy in your head, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works. And bam, you beat the boss. And the energy and the adrenaline, because especially if you're having one of those fights where like the boss is like this much left and you're this much left and it comes down to one hit, which one kills who, there's nothing better in the world than that. I keep looking over here and I gotta stop doing that. So there's nothing better in the world than that. And that's when I said to myself, I said the Souls series. And I also have a very actually a hate-love relationship with the Souls series. And I'll talk about that. I'll be talking about it on stream, and I'll probably put that on another vlog, because I really love to get down to the nitty-gritty of why Souls is such burns so, like, again, it's all segue, like all about the fire and the and the fire and the torches and everything like that and stuff, and the bonfires, and the fire just burns within me for a Souls game. I just love that feeling. Also, I love Souls because you have very open world style games, like where you can go down one path and realize, oh crap, I can't like take on these things, or I could, or you can go down another path. So you have like different ways to do things, which is just awesome. So yeah, it just came down to that factor where it's like, what would I love to do, like say every Tuesday, Thursday, and that's another big thing, and that's why I'm doing this on Monday. I'm taking Mondays off from now on, because that was another thing. I stream every night, almost every day on the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, I stream a good portion of the Saturday and Sunday, because that's usually my day when I can do stuff like that. And then every night when I get home from work, I stream, which is, it's a very difficult thing. So I need one night off, and I said, all right, that's definitely going to be a thing. I got to make myself one night off. So, and I apologize, this video is pretty long, but I wanted to really get into the nitty-gritty of all this and just really share this with everybody and stuff, for my fellow viewers on Twitch, my fellow viewers on YouTube and stuff like that. But, so it came down, I was like, all right, we're going to take Mondays off. And then, all right, so we need to format also, because we need consistency. Because consistency is the biggest thing. As a streamer, you want consistency, because you want people coming back. When they realize, hey, you're playing the same game again, or you're playing the same series again, I want to come back and watch you, or I want to come back and be part of it, or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, so let's do Tuesday through Thursday Dark Souls games. We're going to start tomorrow with Dark Souls 1, which is my favorite of the Dark Souls series. And then we're going to move into, and we're going to do like a lore run too, because we're going to look at the items, we're going to talk about what they are, we're going to talk about the world, we're going to talk about the enemies, all kinds of cool things like that, because we're going to take our time. That's the biggest thing too. That was another thing I was doing, unfortunately, a lot. I was rushing through games and just trying to get to that next one, and I wouldn't be able to have the chance to like really take the time in and look at all the cool stuff that was going on. I would do it sometimes, but I wouldn't do it all the time. I'd be rushing and be like, I really want to get to this game now, let's get this game done and let's go to the next one. And it would show. It would show that I'm rushing and I wasn't showing the passion I want. So like with this, I'm going to take my time, and then getting to Dark Souls 2, do the same thing. Then we'll get into Dark Souls 3. So we probably good chance we won't hit Dark Souls 3 when it releases, but that's okay, because it will be there after release. And I'm not in any major competition with other Souls streamers and stuff. I personally want to be their friend, if anything else. I want to meet the community and be part of the Souls community and stuff. Not a speedrunner, nothing like that. More lore, more role-playing, more stuff. I want to bring Brother Jacob definitely back into the mix. I mean, for those of you who know YouTube and my voice work and stuff like that, you know Brother Jacob and everything, like, oh, the Princess of the Sun and all that good stuff. I want to bring Brother Jacob back in my Monty Python-style character. I want to do special runs, like I would love to do an a Soul Level 1 run, to try that out and see how well I could do it. That would be a little while, of course. But other builds, like I've never done a full mage build before. I'd love to do a spear-style build. These builds, my main build is going to be sword, board, and bow and arrow. Straight out adventurer, warrior type, and everything like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. No magic, everything based on like items and stuff. So it's going to be very, very cool. But then, yeah, I'd love to go back and do, like, especially after Dark Souls 3, go back and do another run in there, or go back to Dark Souls 1 and do another run in there, depending on how good, all these games are. Bloodborne, I've been, helping bosses and things like that. I just love all this stuff you can do with the Souls games. You can do... I'm not a big PvP fan, but you can, like, get together with friends and do honorable battles, and that's something that would be a lot of fun. Like, get together with the fellow Storm Knights and do honorable battles. That would be great. I would definitely be all for that, instead of just ganking someone in the back. I'm not really big on that. But also the big thing, when someone has an opposition, and like in Bloodborne, when they're having a problem with, say, like the One Reborn, or, the Bloodstarved Beast, or whatever the case may be, it's great to be able to jump in and help someone. And I love doing that too. Son, brother for life. I mean, these things like this is all stuff I really want to get into. So anyway, let's run through the thing. So Tuesday through Thursday, we're calling the show Unkindled Nights. It was actually a really cool thing given to one of our Storm Knights. I like the name a lot, so we're going to stick with it. It's going to be Tuesday through Thursday. It's all Souls games. It's basically going to be the Souls playthrough of 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll be doing Soul-style games, going back and doing a new playthrough in like Dark Souls or Dark Souls 3 or whatever, or Bloodborne or whatever the case may be. But it's all going to stay around that style. So if you like that type of style of game, if you like Souls, if you like Bloodborne, if you like any of that stuff, you definitely are going to love the stream Tuesday through Thursday. Now, Friday, we used to do Idiots in Suits. It was a great time, but unfortunately it's come to an end. There's just a lot of factors beyond it I don't really want to get into because I don't want to make this video like 2 hours long. But so Friday's no longer Idiots in Suits. It's called Metal and Monsters. Monsters and Metal, I'm sorry. Monsters and Metal. And Monsters and Metal is basically like kind of like monster hunting style games, but ones that are around the PS4. So right now, Tokuden Kiwami, which I really, really enjoy. It's a really good game. You guys have probably seen my video on top RPGs of 2015. Tokuden Kiwami was in there. It's a lot of fun. We love playing it on a Friday night. Storm Knights join me, go fight monsters, get some items for people, get some materials for people, things like that. So we're always going to do that on a Friday night up until God Eater comes out. Now when God Eater comes out, which is also an anime and everything like that, that's more of a sci-fi stylish Monster Hunter type game. That is kind of like Tokuden, but it's more sci-fi stylish. Because it's going to have like weapons and guns and things like that, but big monsters and things you can fight and stuff. We're going to try, if we like that game, which I'm looking at, it already looks like it's going to be good. We're going to do that up until Tokuden 2 comes out. So we'll get like those 3 in the lineup. Tokuden 2, I have no idea when that's even coming out. God Eater's coming out in the summer, so I've got perfect amount of time to play Tokuden up until God Eater comes out in the summer. Then move on from there, play God Eater till who knows how long, and then go into Tokuden 2 and stuff like that. So keep that style. That series is going to be on Friday night. Saturday is a fun day, which is called Storm's RPG Challenge, or the Bard's Challenge. I think I named it the Bard's RPG Challenge, as me being the Bard. And that's where I'm going to take a game like, say, Skyrim or Fallout 4 or any of the RPGs that I really love, and I'm going to put challenges to them. So, like with Fallout 4, I want to get the Platinum, so I want to go and do the Platinum for PS4 on that. So we'll do something like that. Skyrim, maybe I want to play like just a two-handed sword or a ranger, and on legendary mode, and see if we can beat the whole game on legendary mode and stuff like that. So things of that nature and stuff. Now Sunday's going to be a little different. It's because there's 2 genres on Sunday, but it's going to be a little interesting. Now Sunday's going to be space games called Storm in Space. Still RPG based. There's one game I've been playing a lot called Rebel Galaxy, which I'm going to do a top 5 on because you guys got to see this game. It's really, really good. So Rebel Galaxy is really cool because you can be like a mercenary, you can be a trader, you can be a pirate, whatever the case may be and stuff. It's got awesome music, got this like southern rock style music with it and everything. There's like awesome. It's almost like it's like naval combat. It's very much. I like the combat too because it's very Assassin's Creed Black Flag style combat. It's really, really good. But like I said, I'll do a video on that and show it. And then up until No Man's Sky comes out, because we know No Man's Sky is coming out in June. So we're going to play Rebel Galaxy from now up until June. Then when No Man's Sky comes out, we'll be playing No Man's Sky, and depending on how good No Man's Sky is and how much time we want to spend, or just jump around, stay probably within No Man's Sky, or maybe come back to Rebel Galaxy every so often, or but keep those 2 consistency all the time. And Sunday night, for those of you who have been by the stream, you know what's been going on. We've been doing Sunday Horror Night. That's also been going up on YouTube too, like my Layers of Fear playthrough. Just finished last night the Platinum of Until Dawn. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to put the playthrough up of Until Dawn. I'm going to try to. I think I still have it in my Twitch highlights. So I want to put the playthrough up of that on YouTube. But yeah, so Until Dawn right now, and then the idea with Sunday Horror Night, same kind of thing. Maybe setting up a challenge or just playing a game that's maybe just come out, like an indie horror game that I haven't had a chance to check out or anything like that, and doing stuff like that. And then, of course, we go back in the week, Monday off, Tuesday, and stuff like that. So it's a long video, but I really wanted to get down to nitty-gritty and just explain what's going on. And this is pretty much my schedule, my setup till if anything further ever changes, but this is pretty much it. This is what's going to happen. YouTube, I'm planning on doing some things too that are going to reformat stuff and get things stylized and whatnot. It's very difficult to ever really commit to stuff like this because of the fact that I work all day. You know, I've got other stuff going on outside, personal things. You know, it's like it's hard to do all this, but I'm really trying to get that consistency going. So that way, when especially for Storm Knights who are watching this on the stream, you guys know that when you come in and it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, you know what's going on. You come in on a Friday, you know what's going on. You come in on a Saturday, you know what's going on. You know, stuff like that. Although Saturday will change up, you know, until something's finished and then we change. But you'll know at that time, oh yeah, ES is going to this once this is all done. You'll know these things. And the consistency will be there. So you'll always know what day you want to come watch the stream. Hopefully every day, but but you'll know what's going on. And that's the biggest thing I need to do for the channel. And that I think is right there is going to push towards partnership. Is going to push towards other things, and who knows who's going to be watching and whatever the case may be, and who knows where we go from there. But anyway, I just wanted to give like kind of a heart-to-heart. I know this was a long video. I apologize. I hope you got the chance to stay through it. I want your comments and your thoughts and stuff like that. Whether they're good or bad, throw them at me. That's fine. I hope you guys will come along for the ride, and we're going to have a great time. I'm doing stuff that I'm really passionate about now. And like I said before, this was all segue into Dark Souls because the fire has been rekindled in me, and I am psyched. I cannot wait to start up my Dark Souls playthrough tomorrow. I haven't played Dark Souls in a while. That's my favorite game in the series. I love it. Can't wait for Dark Souls 3. It's going to be so much fun, but I'm not going to rush to it. We're going to get to it when we get to it, so which is going to be good. So with all that being said and done, like I said, leave some. If you have gone this far in the video, and thank the gods you have because it's been a long one. Leave some comments. Let me know what you personally think and stuff. And beyond that, I hope to see you in the stream. I hope to see you in the comments section in the videos and things like that. Of course, the whole like, subscribe thing would be nice to get this further moving and everything like that. But beyond that, thank you everybody for all the support you've ever given. And I really look forward to the future as we move on. I have really good feelings about this. I have really good energy, vibes about this whole thing that I'm doing. And like I said, I'm doing this for me. At the same time, doing it for you, but more, this is now centered, I'm being selfish. It's more centered to me because this is what I want to do. And I'm going to build the community off of all this, which is still going to be our amazing community of Storm Knights. But I think we're going to get even more powerful, and our empire is going to grow like crazy. And come to the dark side. Yeah, all that good stuff. Anyway, we got cookies. So, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night, and huzzah. I'm going to throw this up on YouTube right now, and then you guys can all check this and go, Jesus, yes, you made a long video and all that good stuff. But, with all that being said, take care, my friends. Bye. All right, come on. I want to stop you.